But going on to boxing, man, we had this discussion on our last episode here, but we are definitely going to reignite it because it's still up. It's still about to happen.
We need to get it out there early, okay?
Mike Tyson, you might know Mike Tyson. He was a boxer, early 90s, late 90s, or all 90s.
You know that guy with the face tattoo that smokes weed on his podcast?
Exactly.
That guy used to be a professional fighter.
You might know him if you live in basically anywhere in the world. Yeah. So Mike Tyson is going to be lacing up his gloves, getting back in the ring with one Jake Paul. You might know him if you're an asshole. You know? Right? Is that good?
Hilarious.
Right? So Jake Paul, obviously.
You might know him from being an asshole.
Yeah, being a fucking, If you ever watch Vine.
I actually like Jake Paul. For the record, me and Billy are supporters. We've always spoken like highly of him. Like he gets in there, he does his thing, whatever. So we're joking around, but we actually like Jake Paul. That being said,
he will be facing Jake Paul on July 20th, I believe. Those two are going to war. I think here's how me and Nick see our points, and that's that. I think that, listen, I hate to say it because he's a living legend. I love Mike. Mike is hands down one of my favorite people on this earth. But I think he's a little too old to be getting in that ring with a kid that as fresh-faced as Jake Paul and as talented as Jake Paul. I'm not saying he's like Mr. Amazing.
He has genuine talent.
He has genuine talent. Yes, he's fought in some real fighters, and he's done very well against them. Yeah,
the kid's clearly not a punk.
Exactly. Yeah,
he whooped my ass.
So he's going to be facing against Mike Tyson. This will be his hardest opponent ever mainly because it's such a great boxer he's going against. I think Tommy Fury, up until this point, who he did lose against, but he put up a great fight. He's facing Mike Tyson. Nick, what do you think?
I think that Jake Paul has made a mistake. I think the general public is absolutely wrong. I think that what has happened is that because Jake Paul has smashed so many great legends and champions and everyone picked against him the whole time, that people are just now programmed to be afraid to pick against him because they don't want to seem stupid again. So they're chalking this fight up to the same result as all the other fights are going to be. And I honestly think it's a mismatch. I think Mike Tyson is going to destroy Jake Paul. I think what's going to happen is a switch is going to flip at some point in time because Mike Tyson's Mike Tyson, and he's just going to go into killer mode. I think he still has the speed and the power to pull it off. I think that he still has it in his bones, the reflex and the training that Jake Paul has never seen or dealt with. The ferocity is there, and I just think that he's too much. I think he's going to – if this is a pro match and they just fight under regular Queensberry rules and there's no headgear, no agreement, no sparring bullshit, I think he's going to fucking knock him out. That's what I think. I think everyone has this dead wrong. I think Mike Tyson is going to walk through Jake Paul. That's what I think is going to happen.
Is that the opinion out there? Is that Mike is over the hill and it's
99% of people are saying that that Jake Paul is going to win, and even boxing legends and shit like that. The ones that know are the ones that really know are Mike Tyson. There's a good chance he's going to whoop his ass. Like Jeff Mayweather. Jeff Mayweather, who it's funny because of all the pundits that I listen to and all the boxing channels that I watch, me and Jeff Mayweather, I agree with him always. Me and him have the same take every time. I'll listen to 30 takes. I'll be like, let me hear Jeff's, and it's always the same as mine. So me and him both think that he's going to beat the shit out of him, basically.
Joe Rogan, too.
Joe Rogan also?
On
good.
Board, yeah.
Yeah. People are making a mistake. Jake Paul fucked up, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls out of the shit. It wouldn't surprise me.
I just think you're no matter who you are, no matter how great you are, even as good as Mike Tyson is, I just think your body just begins to break down at a certain age. I don't think he has the same speed. I don't think he has the same knees. I don't think he's going to go in. Do I think he's still a very, very hard puncher? Sure. Yes. But somebody who's training and considered a pro, I think this kid's going to dance circles around him. I think he's going to wear him out, and I think if he is going to beat him, it's going to be in the later rounds. He's not going to just go in there and jaw check Mike Tyson and he's going to flatline him. He's going to go in there. His game plan's obviously going to be to hold out to the later rounds so he gets winded and then close the gap or win by points. But whatever.
Dude, let's break this argument down in an easy way. So we're on opposite sides, Offshoot, which makes it interesting. Also, what do you guys think? Put it in the comments, like and subscribe. I'm going to keep throwing that in. Call to action, baby. Yeah. Call to action. So anyways, I say this to everybody. Just look at the footage. It's crazy editing and all this crap. Just look at the footage, all right? And more sparring is going to come out and things like that. And pretend that you didn't know Mike Tyson's age at all. And Jake Paul's age. Just take it all off the table and just raw data, raw eyes. Just look at it. Who do you think is going to win, dude? Also, if you just look at it and you just forget his age and stop making all these arguments, because you're just aging him by saying that he's old. If he can actually still do what he's doing in there, what he's showing that he can do, and you just, with your eyes, just look, There's no doubt that he's miles above Jake Paul. And so what you were saying is like he's going to dance around him and stay on the outside. So what you're saying is that you genuinely believe that Mike Tyson is not going to be able to close distance. I think that it's impossible for him to not get inside and at least land a few shots. I think it's impossible. He's going to get inside. He absolutely is. He is going to get inside on Jake Paul. He's going to test that chin, and we're going to see what happens when he gets rocked by a guy like Mike Tyson, who no matter, I don't care if he's 8,000 years old, the guy can crack. He's going to hit Jake Paul. It's going to be unlike anything he's ever felt. No one he's been in there with is even remotely close to the power that Mike Tyson is going to deliver on this guy's fucking face. Nobody. Name one person that even comes in the neighborhood. A true heavyweight that has devastating power, that knows how to deliver that power. Anderson Silva's like 50 years old, and he landed some good shots on Jake Paul. Did a very good job. If one of those had the power behind it that Mike has, it's a game changer, man. He's not going to need to box him all night. He's not going to need to sit there and pressure him for hours. He's not even going to get tired in the later rounds, because I think that if he just, like once or twice a round, if he just gets in there and just does his thing, that's going to be enough to hurt him, man. He knows how to conserve his energy. Mike Tyson's a master boxer, a master fighter. He's not an idiot. He's not going to blow his load. He's going to be as conditioned as humanly possible. This is like 4 months away from now. This, I'm telling you, the guy's a freak of fucking nature. This shit doesn't apply to Mike Tyson. Jake Paul fucked up, bro.
Okay, response?
Yes.
What you're asking for is unrealistic. Because if I was just looking at two guys and it was 90s Mike Tyson, and I don't need to ask what 90s, how old 90s Mike Tyson is.
No, just take age out of it. Just
you
look
need
at
to
the
get
now.
that kid out of here. He's going to die. He's going to fucking die.
I'm not saying I'm saying this Mike Tyson, and you didn't know that he was 58. Like no one
But
told
you
you.
have
Imagine
to
if
consider.
imagine if the world believed he was 26. Just pretend. Pretend that you thought Mike Tyson was 26 and you just saw the same shit. You would be like, dude, he's going to get murked.
Then I would watch...
With his current speed level and his current power, Mike Tyson's current level of speed and power, and you just believe that he was 26, you would still be like, he's going to fuck him up. It's just the illusion of the age in people's minds. Which it may not be. All right.
Key role in this.
The overemphasis on his age. This guy is not normal, man. George Foreman came back at 44 and knocked out the world heavyweight champ Michael Moore. Proved that there's certain guys that are freaks.
Yes.
This is a guy who is a freak.
Okay.
That's what this is.
44-year-old Mike Tyson coming?
Gotcha.
I think still get him out of here. He's going to die. Maybe not.
Seconds.
Maybe not as bad as like 25-year-old Mike Tyson, but you still need to get this kid out of here. 60-year-old Mike. Dude, listen, man, there's just been so much wear and tear. Whether he's still amazingly quick, whether his style is unfucking believable and he has that crazy hard punch, dude, it's just he's not going to be able to go in there and go toe-to-toe with this young, springing around the ring. His knees ain't the same. His feet ain't the same. His joints hurt. I mean, what? Dude, I don't know. Look, you got to consider
is going to close distance so fucking fast.
Yeah.
And cut off the ring so fast. It's not going to take him like all this time to get inside on. It's going to happen like fucking this.
Yeah.
Let's make a gentleman's wager. First of all, I think it's very possible that it'll be a first-round knockout if they make it a real fight and Mike Tyson goes in there to do what Mike Tyson does and doesn't carry him and doesn't just go for the check and doesn't pull it. If he just does Mike Tyson shit, I think it's going to be a first-round knockout, but I'll make you a bet inside of 3 rounds.
Okay.
Inside of 3 rounds, I think Jake Paul is gone, and that's if he's lucky.
You don't know how many rounds they're fighting yet,
I think
or how
it's
long?
10, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right. The last episode that you guys didn't see, we bet 10,000. Let's just do a gentleman's one this time,
Done.
though. Okay, is that good? Yeah. All right. And for the record, man, listen. I want you to know, if Mike goes in there and kills this kid...
This just makes it fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I might be fucking dead wrong.
No. But I want you to know this, too. I need to say this. If Mike goes in there and kills this kid, I'm not going to be upset. I'm going to be so happy for him. I think this is going to be wonderful. I'm going to say, you know what, Mike? You earned this. You deserve this. Because how he left boxing was pretty tragic, like most fighters.
So
you know what I mean?
The other thing, too, is like, I think everyone thinks that he's just taking this for the money. So I just basically disagree with the fundamental analysis of the general population. That's really what's happening here. Everyone thinks Mike's taking it for the money. I think that he's filthy rich. I think he makes more money off his vapes and his podcast than he'll ever need. I think that he's taking it for legacy. I think this is his way of like basically coming back an old legend, putting a massive stamp on his legacy and showing the world. Kind of like what AJ did to Francis Ngannou for us. I think he's doing this for us for the YouTube side of it. Does that make sense? I think he's coming out like, this shit needs to stop. I'm going to show you what a real legend, a real boxer is made of. I'm Mike Tyson. And I know that they're friends in real life. That's not lost on me. That doesn't matter, though. They could be the best of friends in the world. He could even respect Jake Paul and like him after the fight. When Mike Tyson goes to battle, a switch flips and it's Mike Tyson time, and you just can't hold that shit back. I think he's doing this for legacy. I don't think he's doing it for money.
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing it to put on a show. I think him being the baddest man on the planet, him having that aura means more to him than anything else could possibly mean. He ain't letting Jake Paul beat his ass, bro.
I don't even think he needs to be set up for a fight for that. When I seen Big John Fury kind of get loud with him and he stood up and he's like, because next time it'll be me and you, and he stood up. I remember everybody in the room was laughing except one guy. I remember Mike looked real straightforward,
dude,
I'll fucking kill you, dude. Do you know who I am? I honestly
not playing games, dude. This isn't a fucking joke for him. You remember even recently,
I would have loved to see him shut that motherfucker up.
He would kill John Fury, and I like John Fury, but he would kill him, dude. Dude, you remember even recently, dude, he turned around the plane and just started smashing that kid in the face. This guy is not, he's a different thing. There's a lot of professional fighters that posture and they put on the show and they sell the fight and they promote and they do the whole fucking shtick or whatever. That's who he really is. This is not shtick for him at all. And I don't think he has any other speed but just doing what he does. It's like asking a lion to be less lion that day. Yeah. It's it's just gonna do lion shit. That's what's gonna happen.
And believe me, listen, it's not that this is just some new thing. I've seen a lot of legends go back to the ring where they made so many people happy and so many years of amazing fights, and I've seen it just end tragic.
But it's the wrong ones in the wrong way.
I don't want to see Mike get his ass whipped. That's gonna hurt more than anything. But now
think about this. Think about if you're Mike Tyson, right? Suppose I'm right and Mike Tyson's at his house, I know I'm gonna wreck this dude. The world's wrong. They have no idea what I'm capable of. Everyone thinks I'm old. So imagine if you're him and he knows, right? So he's everyone's got this. They'll see on fight night. Everyone's got this fucking twisted or whatever. Yeah. So imagine if you're Mike Tyson. How great would it be if I'm Mike Tyson? I'm dude, I'm going to walk in there and decimate this kid, prove the entire world wrong. You know what I mean? Put a stab on my life. I think that's what he's doing, man. I just think that he knows. I don't think that this is bullshit for him. I don't think he's broke. I don't think he's doing it for the money. I don't think this is just a cash grab. I think that Mike Tyson's doing Mike Tyson shit. That's what I think is going to happen.
It's even foreign, considering Mike Tyson an underdog.
It's
you know
nuts,
what I mean?
Dude. It's nuts.
You're dude, I mean, if you grew up in the era of him, it was always Mike Tyson's fighting. Mike Tyson's fighting. Yeah. And you're he's fighting the guy at Vander Holyfield. He's going to smoke him. you know what I mean? Yeah.
Dude, and he's the naturally bigger guy, just so you know.
Who?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, you're talking about
than Jake Paul.
Yeah, can I tell you something?
It's the first time he's fighting a guy who's naturally bigger than him.
Are deceivingly big.
They're enormous.
I thought Jake Paul, because Logan's so big, I thought he was maybe just a real smaller stature guy.
No,
and
Logan's
then you see him
huge.
against. You said it too with Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva's a big ass dude.
Yeah.
And those motherfuckers were looking eye to eye.
Yeah.
Jake Paul looked the bigger fighter in that fight.
He was. He was thicker.
Big guy.
Also, just for the record, people are going to Jake Paul's taller than Mike Tyson. I'm saying bigger. Mike Tyson is bigger everywhere. He's a natural heavyweight in that way. You can put muscle on and bulk up, but you don't carry it like that. This guy does. He's a tank. Even just when he puts his hands up and his shoulders are this fucking wide and there's no opening, where's he gonna get hit?
Yeah.
Where's he gonna? Well, he's doing this shit. Where's he gonna hit him, dude? It's gonna be. I'm telling you, man, this is gonna be a nightmare. And maybe I'm dead wrong. Maybe Jake Paul sleeps him and who knows? Anything's possible. I just think that's not gonna happen.
What did anybody know how to offensively?
I know we've been staying on this topic for a while, but it's a fun
one.
For us.
We'll move along. But I got one more.
Go nuts. Go nuts.
What did anybody really know how to offensively go against Casamato's peekaboo?
Not really.
He found this kid that was just short enough, strong enough, wide enough, that had ability to master the peekaboo style.
In Customato's perfect vision
exactly,
of it.
Exactly.
He needed the perfect
couldn't have been a better
pupil.
candidate.
Yes.
Couldn't.
Correct.
No, there hasn't been a fighter since.
Correct.
You know what I mean? He was he was the youngest and I think the smallest heavyweight champion ever,
yes,
right?
That's correct.
Right? He was going against those guys. Dude. Oh my God, it was insane.
Smallest is he was one of the small as far as height and all that goes.
Yeah. He's so dangerous, man.
It's unbelievable, dude. I'm telling you, guys. I can't wait for this fight.
Can I finish this with a funny anecdote?
Yeah.
It's a real story, but it's funny when it's out. But you guys may have seen this. he was such a nut when he was, like kind of finding himself after the ring, per se. And he was doing this interview one time, and he was just in a pissed off mood. You could tell, like, something pissed him off, and he had all these real awful answers for these guys. And I remember this woman tried to get like mouthy with him, and he goes, I don't talk to female reporters, so, and she goes, no, you know what I think, and by the way, not a man in this room seeing like an upset Mike Tyson would have like tried to ring this bell, right? So they're all sitting there, and she gets real mouthy, real like strong, like, listen, I'm a woman, hear me roar, I'm not taking your shit. How about that, Mike Tyson, right? So she looks at him, she goes, no, you know what I think, we're all talking here. And Mike's response to her, he looks this bitch dead in her face, and for I'm telling you, and you could hear it because you could hear like a lot of things going around in the room. It takes a lot of people, film, the boom mic guy, whoever's leading the interview, all that, and you hear Mike, and he goes, well, I don't talk to female reporters unless they give me a fellatio, dude. So unless you're gonna, And then I'm telling you right now, like just silence in the whole room. And I was telling last time you heard that like uncomfortable cough here. And all I could picture is this woman looking around the room like, well, aren't one of you guys going to say something?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'll get right on that, sweetheart.
You know what I would have
done?
done?
Yeah, right.
I would have looked at Mike and punched her in the face. And I did good, right, Mike? I did good? Like, what do you? Like, yeah.
I'll handle your light work, Mike.
I'm not even going to be just a coward. I'm going to do something awful. I'm going to
Floyd Mayweather. I'd be like, point to the easy work.
Exactly.
And then Billy just comes out of nowhere.
I'm going to go TikTok and hit her right in the mouth. Yeah, I would have started that trend. I would have started it.
Yeah, you'll be out of
knockout
jail
game
by the afternoon.
Exactly. Well, in today's day and age, you know what I mean? Mike Tyson today could have just hit her. He could have just knocked her ass out. Nobody would have cared. Nobody cares.